for ground and pound, when we're trying to hit our opponent, there's a bunch of different targets we're looking at. So let's be clear about some different options. The more specific you can be, the better. So what am I trying to attack typically? So one spot, you sit up on the head. I'm looking for the orbital bone, especially this top ridge right here. So I'm hunting that a lot. And then from the orbital, it's a very short jump to the temple. So I'm looking for that spot right above the ear that kind of feels good when you press on it when you have a headache. That's a good shot to break equilibrium and do some damage. This spot right over top of the ear is another spot where you can do outsized damage based on where you land. So 1, 2, 3. Then I'm looking for the tip of the jaw right here that turns the head. Always a big shot. Bridge of the nose, always good to go. And then I like ear holding them as well. So I like hunting the ear a lot, or even looking just under the ear to the mandible. Both of those don't feel good at all. So I'm hunting those spots on the head all the time. Then, let's turn it this way. One back. So when we're hunting the body with our ground and pound, this is something I'm a big fan of. So first of all, we've got the floating ribs. The two ribs that when you push on them, they move into the body. So I'm constantly hunting those ribs with elbows, with hammer fists, with punches. All that's good. This little point right here at the edge of the rib cage is another spot we want to target all the time. Then there's basically trying to punch in through the diaphragm. So as my opponent's breathing, and I'll have Sean take some big breaths here, you can see the spot that moves in. So a lot of times I try to get them as they've exhaled out and press. So it forces more air out than they're expecting. They typically take a very shallow next breath. So I try to time it and slam through the exhale. I feel like that gets me the best disruption of their breathing, which is why I love going to the body so much. And then of course we can always be attacking the spleen and the liver, so especially knees that rise just above the hip will sometimes get in through to the liver as well. So we're just mixing attacks, but everything across this midsection is great, so we want to mix those in. Another place that gets severely underlooked when doing ground and pound is attacking the legs. So we're here, maybe they're brought their hand across their stomach so you can't hit their stomach. You just haul back and hit the leg, or knee the leg, or drive that elbow through the leg. But if you think about how much work we put into leg kicking our opponents on the feet, and we throw that leg kick, and we might do some damage, but you can get caught with that counter right as you're throwing that outside leg kick. So instead, we put them on the ground. Now that counter right is trapped by my back. So instead of worrying about getting hit, I can just get free shots. So if you have that highly mobile opponent who moves so well on the feet, and you take them down, you don't just want to hit them in the face, you want to destroy their legs so when they go back to their feet for that next round, they can't move as well. So we're attacking the legs just like we would on leg kicks. That inside meat all up and down the leg, that outside meat up and down the leg, especially at that tie-in right there above the kneecap. Boom, we're putting shots on that all day. So we're looking for all that. Solar plexus, all around the ribs, floating ribs, spleen, liver, and then of course we're coming up to the head, temple, orbital, that little over top circle above the ear, ear hole, mandible, and then nose. That's where we're attacking all day.